Special City Council meeting to order. I want to remind everybody that this meeting is being recorded, and your participation in this meeting is your consent to be recorded and rebroadcast on the city's YouTube channel. Tammy, you want to go ahead and do roll call?
Sure. Chad Pryor.
Here.
Sean Russell.
Here.
Jim Miller.
Here.
Sherry Severs.
Here.
Mike Webb.
Here.
Mayor Charles Wyatt.
Here.
And Attorney Mark Phillips.
Here.
Mayor, you do have a quorum.
Those that'd like to join with us, with me and the rest, the pledge of the flag, please do so at this time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First order of business is approval of the previous minutes.
We're gonna wait.
We're gonna wait, okay. Mayor's update, I'll forego that. Citizens' concerns, do I have any citizens that are concerned that need to address the Boonville City Council? Is that a no? No, okay. Council concerns, start with Mr. Webb.
Yeah, I asked Sarah, she was gonna check with maybe Clint, see about the entryway to the alley. That was approved a couple Marches ago.
Yeah.
If we have any dates on that,
Thank you.
so we're waiting an answer.
Did you ask him?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting. I
Okay.
don't have an answer
Oh,
yet. Okay. He did ask. I'm talking to Clint, trying to figure out where exactly that went.
Because I know we approved it.
Entry to the alley where?
I just asked.
Main Street.
Yeah, the main street.
Okay.
And
It's the
then,
entrance right there. Aaron was up here, Aaron Paul came up several times. And I think maybe we asked J.H. Rudolph and Sam's, but I'm not positive. And so I gotta wrap back around to that.
I think you're correct on that. We were wanting to catch the community crossings crew while they were in here, but
and then confirming that all the road paving is done.
It is
It looks like it
completed.
is in mine.
We are working on punch list items. Roy has been going around the last several days. Glad that it was raining at the same times because we can find the low spots. So Roy's making that punch list and we will get those items fixed. There's not a lot, but got some low spots and Sam's has to come back on some ADA stuff. But for the most part, yes, the project is completed.
well, go ahead.
No, that's it.
What about the excess asphalt and stuff that we were getting complaints about? Is that part of your
They're on the punch list, yes.
Okay.
Any call that's come through from anyone, I passed it on to Roy. He has personally went to the property and spoke with the people. If it is something we can repair, we do. We did have a couple instances where we had to pull back the original video and to compare the befores and the afters. So we do have some people that aren't exactly happy with the transition with their driveways, but Roy went out there, we took off 1.5 inches, and that is what was put back. He has the proof of the befores and afters. But other than that, everybody seems kind of pretty pleased now that we're finally through that project. I will state it is about 3 months behind. So it was not a very good, successful community crossing seasons for us with this, but we got it done and moving forward.
Sure.
Go ahead. I was gonna ask about community crossings. I'll wait till my turn.
Okay.
It's okay.
I have a concerned citizen that had sent me a picture of all the stakes over at City Lake, and their concern is a north and east backdrop on the side of the basketball court. They're afraid someone's gonna hit one of those stakes and hurt themselves. They were wondering if there could be some kind of fencing put up on the
Stake.
north side of the basketball court and the east side of the basketball court.
You think it's holding the grass or what?
No, just to keep the balls from going out and someone slipping and falling in on one of these stakes and potentially having an injury.
Oh, it's holding the trees.
Yeah,
Oh.
the stakes are holding the trees, yeah.
I was gonna come look. and I couldn't.
Yeah. So the stakes holding the trees there.
Put tennis
Yeah.
balls on.
it?
That we will need those stakes too, especially with those young trees coming up, so
Yeah.
we've got,
I don't know about the fence, but we'll come up with a game plan, and
Okay.
I'll look at the options for you.
I told her I would bring it to the table. Thank you.
Anything else, Sherry?
No, that's it, thank you.
Okay. Chad? None. I did talk to the, Rachel Steckler last week. I was able to ask her about if they were able to help us on the railroad tracks a little bit more, and she said she's trying. And I said, okay, that's all I can ask. Sean?
I also had a question for Sarah. On the community crossings, Clint had stated that the 4 drains at Forest and East Division, the sewer, the stormwater drains, and the 2 bad ones at Forest and East Maple was supposed to be a part of this as their punch list items.
They are still coming back to complete the Forest Avenue project, such as put some asphalt, and I'm assuming at that time is when they'll take care of that.
Okay.
But I will make sure to ask about those to ensure they get taken care of.
Okay, thank you, because it was 6 total.
Division and
It was Division and Forest, and then Maple and Forest.
Maple.
Yep.
Okay.
And the 2 on Maple and Forest, there's no mistaking which 2 is the message.
Can't miss them,
I
huh?
mean, I can fall into them.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're bad enough that I will frequently drive by there and get out and put the cap back on there, because people drive down in there and it pops them off.
You got it.
Anything else, Sean?
No, sir.
Mr. Miller?
Yeah, I forgot about this, but anyway, I had somebody call me, and this is gonna be hard to explain, but the bridges on the north or the southeast side, the new bridges at City Lake, okay, across there. I guess he walks there every day, and he was looking at them, and he said that, there's concrete where they come into the ground, there's, they're bolted into concrete. But on one of them, it looked like they had just slid a 2x4 under as a spacer. And he was just concerned that was gonna rot away and then the bridge was gonna
I'm
collapse.
pretty sure it's connected, I'll go look, I'll confirm.
Okay. And that's it for me.
I got you.
And that we're replacing those other bridges eventually,
Yes, yes, he wouldn't complain. He just said, well, since they spent all the money on that, he said, I don't understand why they didn't do it the way the other 4 quarters were, so, anyway.
Okay. Moving on, old business, I think, you want to talk any more about the VFW, or you want to wait a little bit?
Does it need to be on the record here, maybe? I mean, that was on the Board of Works meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. No.
Okay, moving on then, ordinance number 2025-13, 2026 budget adoption. Tammy?
Yep. We had the public hearing on October the 7th. We did the first reading. This is the second reading and adoption of our 2026 budget.
Based on the approval of,
Well, GLGF will cut, and then we have to come back in and cut it, but
Tammy, is it 2025-13 or 2025-6?
6.
That's what I thought.
no.
No, that's the salary ordinance.
This
13
ordinance.
is the 2026 budget, and 6 is the salary ordinance
Right.
that needs to be amended.
Yeah, this is the budget.
Which,
No.
This is the salary ordinance and that's the budget, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I have a budget. Maybe I do.
Yeah, it's right here.
Those are the same thing. But one's amended, one's not.
This is labeled 13. This is labeled 6.
I didn't have it right here.
but you got that?
I've got
Here it
it.
is.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it.
So we have a second reading.
Second reading adoption.
Okay, so I make a motion for second reading of ordinance 2025-13.
Second.
I got a motion and second.
Can I interrupt you?
Go right ahead, Mr.
If
Phillips.
it's a resolution, we only have to read it one time. if it's an ordinance, we have to read it.
But it's an ordinance. That's how they give it to us, but it's an ordinance. I should have circled the ordinance.
Okay.
Ordinance.
Anyway, I've got a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion, second, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-13, an ordinance by the City Council of the City of Boonville, Indiana, for the expenses of Boonville City, Civil City for the year ending December 31, 2026.
Make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adopt. All in favor of that motion and second, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Okay, I just need you guys to check yay, nay, or abstain, and then sign it, please. And we have submitted the both of the tax levies to the DLGF that you guys approved, and we did get the fire territory one also approved through, so we'll find something out before the end of the year on that one.
So Victoria Woods and the
township both
township,
approved
they
it.
both approved it,
Yeah,
along with city,
yeah.
so. While that's going on, the next order of business, under new business, is amendment to the 2025 salary ordinance, which is 2025-6.
So this is the second amendment to this, and on page 2, the two changes, basically. We reallocated the money that we had already allocated for a golf manager and a GM, and I give you the calculations on your old sheet so you could see how much the difference was. The Parks Board at their meeting last night did approve it and recommend that you guys approve it, so.
On this one, all we need is a motion to approve.
Since they're just amending it, do they?
I would read it again by name and title only, as amended.
I'll make a motion to read ordinance 2025-6 by name and title only as amended.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion and second, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Ordinance 2025-6, and a salary ordinance for calendar year 2025, as amended on 6/3 of '25 and 10/28 of '25.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to approve. All in favor of that motion, second, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it.
Thank you. Okay.
Next, go ahead, Tammy, you got something?
No, I'm just gonna,
Let's make sure.
I handed you guys this came through for the next meeting. It's the general obligation bond series that they're gonna be doing, so I wanted to give you guys that ahead of time, so you have it. I don't know if Mark wants to speak on this or not.
Don't need to at this point. I'll be prepared to next week.
Okay.
So this is the one that we roll,
Yes.
it goes off and then we roll it back on.
Yes.
Roll it back.
So it doesn't affect the tax rate or.
No.
This may end up being the last one too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Might be the last of Mohicans.
I do need to know on the salary, we better approve the next year's salary ordinance. Have you guys had any more thoughts? We staying, because I knew you had gotten some recommendations from the fire. I didn't know if that was changing.
I haven't really talked to the other council members about that yet, so.
If you guys can let me know kind of what your thoughts, because I need to get it prepared,
Okay.
and so we can get it approved. Get the first reading in November, and then we'll approve it in December.
Next on the agenda, unless you got something else to bring up, is approval of claims, county council claims, or city council claims, sorry.
Do you want to talk about the Third Street demolition?
Yeah, we will.
Make a motion to approve all properly documented claims.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion and second signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Mark's gonna give you a little information if you weren't here for the Board of Works.
I don't know how many of you were here. I know Chad was here for the duration of that meeting, I think, and maybe some others, but the Board of Works approved removed the stay on the fine assessment, retroactive to 9/22 of '25, $250 the first day, $300 the second day, and $500 a day each day of violation thereafter. I got an email from Greg Freiberger that I told him was offensive to the city because it suggested that we had somehow known about the dilapidated condition of the building that began the construction demolition project, and that it had been that way for 10 years and the city had known about it and done nothing. And I corrected him. I just told him that really is offensive to me because that's not true. And I think that I viewed it as posturing, frankly, inappropriately. Secondly, I made it very clear to him that it's my belief that the city is not responsible at all for the work that Eigner Construction did, having bid on that job and accepted the responsibility for that job. And that I also recommended in the board order that Eigner Construction immediately resume the demolition of the first building and clean up the refuse that is in Third Street. So they have requested that the board continue its stay and made some other reports relating to who was going to do the work and so forth. And I think Sean said it best, really. We're in a position where that's gone on not only way too long, but it creates, in our view, a public safety issue with respect to passage on that section of Third between Walnut and Locust, and it was depriving the business owners of the use of their property through no fault of the city. So, in case you're asked, those are accruing daily, and it's my anticipation that we will be notifying Eigner Construction immediately to resume demolition of that building and removal of the refuse that's in Third Street. And the other thing that I think is significant is those other two property owners chose to contract with Parker Excavating at from what Eigner Construction's lawyer said, a significantly higher price than what Eigner had offered to finish the demolition or complete the demolition of those buildings. So I don't have any question that we'll be having an executive session at some point.
So my
regarding
question
threats.
is, so you said they contracted with Parker,
Yes.
but we're going to ask Eigner to do it?
No, to complete the demolition of the project that we commissioned them to perform. Yeah, we can't force them to do the other two, but we can assess fines and penalties to encourage them to get it done. I mean, I understand Greg's representing his client, but the suggestion was that we either were coercing them to do what we wanted based on the finding, or we were punishing them, and we aren't doing any of that. We have a mechanism, as he knows, to fine people when they don't do or act on something at the direction that we require as a matter of law. And so the idea that we are somehow, making this up or creating some, fictitious basis to assess fines is just, it's unfounded. And as Sean said, rather graphically in his example, he had a grandchild that was born and is now playing varsity volleyball.
Yeah, she was born 2.5 months after it happened.
Yeah.
She's
So,
rolling over, holding her head up. I mean, life goes on.
In case you're asked, those fines are accumulating, and the city intends to collect them and enforce, including enforcement of liens if we have to perfect liens for purposes of those properties.
Does Mr. Parker have an estimated date that he'll start the demolition?
He was suggesting that it wasn't going to start for another, say it again?
2 to 4 weeks. is
Yeah,
how
and then it would
went.
take 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks to complete.
But he thought they was gonna open up the street pretty quick.
No, he said they'd clean up the street pretty quick.
Yeah,
Get
and
that
then it
stuff
would
out of
be
the street.
your decision
Yeah.
whether or not that street is reopened.
I made the motion in the Board of Works meetings, and I'll just say that, you know, I feel for the property owners and stuff like that, because there is people involved that it was no fault of their own. I also feel like the city's being held hostage by insurance companies.
I would agree, and I feel like the fines are very reasonable, considering Madison, Indiana charges $1,200 per day. So
Yeah, and there, let me,
very reasonable on those fines.
let me just address that. So there was also a suggestion, and I didn't take it the way it maybe was intended, not by Greg, but by somebody else, where we were limited on what we could assess as fines. And actually, there's a case that talks about fines of $5,000 a day being reasonable. So I don't think our fining structure has ever been punitive. I mean, fines are punitive, right? But on the scale of comparative amounts, we are on the extreme low end. And, you know, as I've always believed, and others have told me, the fine's got to have some measure of teeth, because otherwise, you know, it's like the parking ticket scenario we used to incur, where at one point, an employee of the county racked up about $3,000 in tickets. We collected.
$5 tickets.
$5 tickets. Well, $5 initial, and then it went to 20 or 10, whatever, after 30 days. Okay, well, you can do that, and we're going to collect, and we did.
They just ignored them for years.
Yeah, so we collect them. So anyway, if somebody asks you that, whether we're serious about the fining and serious about collecting, we are.
One other update, city pool, we believe that we're ahead of schedule right now. They did pouring of the keyway Friday last week. They were gone by 2. I was there at 4 looking around, and that's a big step right there. So Zach's been staying with the process all the way through, and thank you for that. I appreciate that. But any other questions for the council?
So there will be, next Tuesday will be the next, now we're back on schedule.
I got it. We'll talk.
With that, I'm looking for that motion.
A motion for adjournment.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion, second, signify by saying aye. Aye. Vote. All in favor, signify nay. Ayes have it. Thank you for your work, ladies and gentlemen.
Cindy,